Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're gonna do a story time. While I'm telling my story time, I'm gonna do my makeup. So yeah, this story time's a little bit of a tea spill. I know a lot of y'all are gonna be like, girl, how many best friends do you have? How many story times do you have like this? I know I'm gonna get a lot of questions, so I'm gonna disclaimer one thing. First of all, I'm not naming anyone. I know I get a lot of people telling me to name and shame, and I am not naming and shaming. That's just not who I am. I ain't doing that. Second of all, just remember I've had like a lot of boyfriends throughout my course of my teenage years. I was always a relationship girl. So when it didn't work out with one boyfriend, I like a few months later I ended up having another boyfriend because I ended up meeting another guy. So I moved quickly. What can you do? Like, what can you do? Little Romina, when she was younger, was just like infatuated with love. So this one is a recent, not recent, but it's kind of recent. So it's kind of like there's still some feelings towards this story time. So while I tell my story time, we're just going to do a really colorful look. Alright, so like I did in the last video, everything that I use will be listed down below just to make it easier. Because this some tea, this some real tea. And we're going to jump straight into it. So this boyfriend, what can we name this boyfriend? Alright, we're going to name this boyfriend Jose. So this boyfriend is Jose, and this best friend that I had is, alright, we're gonna go with Emma. So Jose and Emma. Jose was an asshole of a boyfriend. He is the abusive relationship boyfriend that I had. He was one of the worst relationships that I've ever had. Guaranteed, like in the beginning of our relationship, it was like all sparkle and shines like it always is, but then it just went to shits, and it was just horrible. It was just a really bad relationship later on. And then you have my best friend at the time, and her name is Emma. Now Emma was a really good friend of mine. I absolutely loved Emma. She was just an amazing friend to me. Well, so I thought. Emma and me had a really strong relationship. She was actually probably one of the most closest people to me that I could consider throughout my years of having, you know, these friends and all these friends that I just had bad luck with. So I considered Emma to be like one of the most loyal friends that I truly thought that I had. And I finally thought that I had such a solid group of like girlfriends that I could finally trust. But of course, Romina is always wrong.
You stupid.
No, you can never trust people these days. So a little backstory on this relationship that I had with Jose. It was just a really toxic relationship. In my previous video, if you watched that, I dated this guy after him. And because I was like, you know, so heartbroken from the other guy or whatnot, I kind of rebounded onto this guy really quickly or whatnot. So you could just say he was a rebound, but I actually fell in love with him, but I was really manipulated by him like really easily. It was just a bad relationship. Like, I'm so glad that I got out of the relationship. I obviously, when I got with him, I was obviously friends with Emma, and she used to hang out with us all the time. She knew of my relationship with Jose, and she knew how bad it was. She was there when I needed to be consoled. She was like so much there. Like, you guys don't understand. Like, when shit hit the fan with Jose, and like it got really bad, and it was just not a healthy relationship, she was always there, and she was always helping me. And like the times that I would call her crying, like she would always answer the phone. And like when we would have fights and I really needed someone, like she was the first person that I would call. Considering all that, guys, like she obviously knew like the in-depth of our relationship and how abusive this guy was, and just how much of an asshole he was, you know? She knew everything. Fast forward, obviously I left the relationship. We finally had nothing left for each other. I had the strength to leave, and I did. Thank God for that, because I don't know where I would be if I didn't leave. God help me. So another person that will be mentioned is my best friend that I have now. She's been my best friend for years, okay? She is a part of this little group that I was saying that I had with Emma. This is my girl, Aisha. I can say her name because I love her to death. Now, she's a true best friend. She's my ride or die. She will tell me everything and anything. She is honestly the most faithful, most loyal, most loving friend I have ever had, and I truly have come to terms that I don't need no other best friends but her. She's just my home girl. Like, we have each other's back like no tomorrow, and like we just know each other. You finally get to a stage in your life, you know what a true friend is. When you finally know and you've gone through so much, you just value the relationship so much more, and that's what I do with Aisha. Yeah, so just so you guys know, Aisha will be mentioned in this story too, okay? When me and Jose broke up, we obviously have very similar group of people because we're both Latins, and like, you know, we hang out not in the same group, but we just have like mutual friends or whatnot. He just knew the community like me. He used to come around all the time, and when he would come around, like my friends, see, I have never asked my girlfriends to just make it awkward. The thing is like, because we have such a tight-knit community, like if someone is awkward with someone else, it just makes everyone feel awkward because we're all just so like together. I never really asked my friends to ignore him or anything, though my girlfriends did like ignore him most of the time. But if it was like a really small like group and he would come up to them and say hi, like they weren't gonna be like bitches and be like, no, because like I would never expect that from them. And yeah, they'll just be dry and say hi, like just really dry or whatever. They would just not acknowledge him like that, you know? They would just say hi to respect, and that was it. Like once we broke up, obviously Emma knew everything and why we broke up, and she always spoke about how she will always like have my back and she will always like be on my side. But for some reason with Jose, she would be one way with me like when I was there, and then a different type of way when I wasn't around. Rumors and like gossip started to come around and started to come back at me, and this was the time when me and Jose's breakup was probably around like 6 months to a year. I had a lot of people come up to me asking me if I was still friends with Emma. I would be like, yeah, like we still good. I would honestly have no idea why these people would ask me that, and then they would tell me. They would be like, I saw her flirting with Jose. Like I said, I valued our friendship so much. I really did not believe these people at all. Like I did not want to go against her and believe all these rumors that were going around about how she's flirting with this guy and all that. So I was like, yeah, there's no way, like, and she wouldn't do me like that. Like I was more in denial with her than any of my other best friends that I've ever had in my past. Like I truly could not wrap my head around the fact that she could do me like that, like at all. I would truly just ignore all these rumors. And because there was like so many people like, you know, speculating and asking me these questions, it started making me think, you know what, maybe something is going on. But again, like I didn't fully believe it, but I started to open about the idea that it could be possible, because I've been done so wrong for so long and so many people that I was like, okay, maybe it could be possible. But I still, in my little heart, that I still really thought maybe I'm overreacting. I actually brought this up to my best friend Aisha, and I said, look, this is what people are telling me, and I don't know if it's true, and I don't want to think that she's doing this, but I don't know, what do you think like I should do? Like, girl, give me some advice, please. And my girl was like, confront her and ask her, you've been through a lot. If these people are like coming up to you with all these like rumors, all these random people that don't even have relationships together. Like, why would all these people just start coming up to you and telling you the exact same thing? My girl Aisha kind of like dug it into my head that you don't want to truly believe it, that's fine, but don't be naive about it either. Like, you have to think that it could be a possibility or whatnot. I was like, okay, maybe I'll bring it up later on when I see her. But at that time I was pregnant as well, so I didn't really want to deal with drama, to be honest. I was just praying and hoping that, you know, the rumors were fake and that it wasn't true. And I really wanted to believe like she would never do me dirty like that. So I was just really hoping out of everything that this was so not true. And then here we go again, Romina. You're always wrong. Far out. My girl Aisha, we went out one night and we were talking, we were DMing, and we were like, you know, in our feels or whatever. And I was just telling her how I feel, whatever. And my girl goes to me, babe, I need to tell you something. And I know it's gonna hurt, but I feel like it is the right thing to tell you. And I'm standing there. By the way, I'm heavily pregnant, so I'm like, oh God, what happened now? In that moment, I was more concerned because I was like, oh God, I hope nothing, like in my brain, I was like, I hope it's nothing like full on or whatnot. And then she goes, I found out something that I feel like you need to know. I was told not to say anything to you, but I just don't feel like I cannot not say anything to you. She's like, you have a right to know. And she looked so distressed when she was telling me. Like, she looked so upset, the poor thing. She's like, I feel stuck. Like, she felt stuck telling me, but she said that she felt like this was the only right thing to do and that I had a right to know, because best friends just don't do this to each other. And like, I just feel like I need to tell you. At first I told her, okay babe, just chill, okay, just take a breather. So the poor thing, just, she looked so distressed about this whole thing. So Emma, like I said, and like I've mentioned about 300 times, but I need to remind you guys that she was our best friend. She was mine and Aisha's best friend. And she goes to Aisha and she admitted to Aisha that she slept with my ex. She literally admitted it to Aisha that she slept with my ex. Oh my God. I don't know where I find these friends, guys, okay? I don't know. I don't know where I find these people in my life. Like, I don't know why these people do this to me. So yeah, so I didn't trip about it like straight away, like, because I think I was in so much shock. Oh my God. Like, people were right. People were telling me this and I was like completely not seeing it and ignoring all the signs and whatnot. Like, holy shit. Like, holy crap. Like, far out. I can't believe this. And I was just so shocked. And, you know, there was apparently another person involved. But I had no relationship like that, type of friendship like that with that other person. So, to disclaimer, it's got nothing to do with the fact that someone slept with my ex. Like, I could give two shits who he gets in with or whatever. Plus, the man gets in with everything and anything that's in front of him. So, you do you, boo-boo. But I was like, you know what? Like, I honestly didn't care. What I cared about was the fact that my best friend slept with my ex. Like, what the heck? I wish I could have like a little voice somewhere around me that could be like, no, Romina, this is a bad friend. Like, I wish, like, oh man, because the shit that I go through, I swear to God. My best friend was like, are you okay? Like, you need to take a breather, like, you know. And she was obviously as well really concerned because I'm pregnant. And she didn't want me to feel like, you know, stressed about it and all that. At this point, I'm dating the person that I'm with now, which is Jesse. You know, and I told Jesse too, like, my boyfriend was like, wow, you have some really bad friends. And he was like, are you okay, babe? I'm like, I'm fine. I was just really more shocked more than anything. It took me a couple of days to message her in my midst of me trying to figure out what the hell I was going to say to this girl. I just grew real distant towards her. I was really not wanting to speak to her, and I think she started realizing that in the group chat, that I was just not happy like being around. So I think she started to get suspicious that maybe Aisha told me something. So your girl messaged her. I literally grabbed my phone and I sat on my bed for a long time. But as soon as I started typing, I started feeling a certain type of way, and I just started spilling my whole tea to her, and I just started, you know, telling her all the frustration that I had towards her. I said to her, I know what you did. Like, I know you slept with Jose. Like, I can't believe you would do something like that to me. Like, I loved you and I couldn't, like, I didn't want to believe it when I first heard it. But now I know that it's true, because obviously the person that told me isn't going to just tell me for no reason, just to gossip or whatever. I can't believe you would betray my trust like this. You know, I loved you, Emma, and like, you were like my sister. You know, obviously the person that told me, I know for a fact, wouldn't tell me this type of things just for nothing. So I know it's true. There's no point of denying it. Let alone that I had 1,010,000 people coming up to me at this point, you know, asking me if we were still friends. I had other people telling me that they saw them hook up with each other at a club or something like that. And also I had people telling me that she was flirting and doing things with my baby daddy of my daughter. By the way, guys, that's not who I'm with right now. My partner is not the biological father of my daughter, but he is there for her, and the baby daddy ain't around or whatnot. But that's just another story time to tell you later on. Anyways, but yeah, so I was getting told like a bunch of things. Like, she was with my ex, and then I was getting told that she was like doing shit with my baby daddy and stuff. And like, you know, like, I was just getting told left, right, and center that this girl was like doing things with everyone under the sun that had been in my mouth technically. I didn't want to be friends with her after that. I felt like she crossed a line that I couldn't go back on. I was upset that, you know, she did something like that where it would end our friendship. But I told her straight up, like, I don't want to be your friend anymore. See, that's the type of person that I am, where I even said to her, I don't know what the future holds. I don't know if we can be friends again. Like, the fact that I even said that, like, now that I look at it, to me it shows that I still had a lot of faith in her. Like, I trust my friends too much, and I honestly like try to believe that my friends are my lifetime friends forever. But I'm obviously wrong. She responded back, and her response to me was just plain and clear all bullshit. Like, she honestly was just telling me that the alcohol had gotten to her, that, you know, she regrets the decision, and that she's truly sorry. Why I say that it's bullshit is because I know her, and I know her drunk, and I know that she would have had a mental, like, she is still capable of, you know, knowing what's right and what's wrong. No matter how drunk you are, when you're loyal to someone, whether it be your man, or whether it be your girlfriend, or whether it be your best friend, or whatever the case may be, that would never cross, you would never cross that line, because you have such loyalty for that person. Don't be coming up to me saying, oh, that the alcohol was like hitting you and all this stuff, and that you didn't know what you were doing, because I know for a fact that you knew what you were doing, okay? I know that. I would never in my life do that. So there's just no. I'm honestly thankful for this friend that I have. My best friend, my girl Aisha, told me the truth about what had happened, because without her, honestly, I know for a fact that I would have never found out. Like, I would have not known this information at all if she never told me anything. Like, I am just so grateful of having a friend like Aisha. This whole situation is just sad, because it just puts my poor friend Aisha in a really awkward situation. But at least I know who's loyal to me and who ain't loyal to me now. This is a learning lesson. Like, guys, take my experiences as major learning lessons, because honestly, like, I'm stupid as hell. And ladies, trust your gut. Like, when your gut telling you things, trust it. See, that's my problem. I don't listen to my gut when I need to listen to it. Or I don't, like, you know, speculate, you know, certain things in my brain, because I'm like, oh no, like, what if it wasn't like that? You know, I just think no, it's fine, you know, she's my friend or whatever. And then I look like a stupid idiot at the end. So yeah guys, that's the story of when I found out that my best friend slept with my ex. And sadly, a lot of people had to get involved. And sadly, my best friend had to be the one to break down that terrible ass news. But God bless her soul for telling me. So yeah guys, this is the final look. Thank you so much for listening to this long ass story time, for me spilling my tea like I always do. There's gonna be some more story times. Girl, don't think that my life was this simple, okay? I still have some more tea to spill. There's so many other stories. I know I live a very dramatic life. I live a life where I have unfaithful friends, but what can you do? Like, this is just my life, and I'm gonna just share with you my sad problems. That's what I'm gonna do. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you guys next time. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to your girl. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.